Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 2, made back in 1991. Where were you back in that time? Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you this 6-part epic event, counting down to Avengers Infinity War. That's right, fans. This is part 2 of the series, as I am covering the Infinity Gauntlet. And the book that we're obviously talking about today is the Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 2. This was made back in August of 1991. This brings back memories for me in 1991 as I was in New Jersey visiting my grandmother, and I bought this comic in a grocery store on a spinner rack, and I remember reading it in the living room on a fold-out bed, believe it or not. But yes, this whole series leads out to the Avengers Infinity War movie. By the time we get through all 6 parts of this, the movie will be out and it will be in theaters for us to enjoy. But let's talk about this second issue. Now, what happens in the first issue is Thanos has possession of the Infinity Gems. He wants the love of death. So what he does is he makes half the Earth's population disappear. And in this issue, it's more destruction and more chaos. This book is written by Jim Sterling, and the artwork is done by George Perez. Once again, the artwork is absolutely spectacular in this book, especially the opening pages in here, as you get to see the title page as it says, From Bad to Worst. And we get to see She-Hulk's facial expressions in the book as well in that title page. And it's really a lot of detail that goes into the characters. Once again, George Perez did not let up on this issue whatsoever, especially when it comes to a lot of character detail with Stephen Strange, Adam Warlock, Doctor Doom. Just everybody is in this book. This is one of those Marvel events that kind of kicked off everything for Marvel events in the future. So let's go dive into this particular issue. So what happens in this book is we get to see the Avengers trying to piece together really what happened, where all the missing Avengers went. They're trying to save people. There's pilots that left, planes falling from the sky. It's just crazy. There's all kinds of events. And we get to see basically a mysterious entity trying to acquire certain people to help against this threat of what's going on. And one of those people was Quasar from the very beginning. And we also get to see Stephen Strange get recruited. And both these characters wind up trusting this mysterious entity. And at this part, you're not sure who it actually is. As the issue progresses, we wind up seeing Doom wants to try to figure out what's going on and how to stop it as well. Thanos acquires his brother to do like this family reunion where he has himself, his brother, his granddaughter Nebula, obviously, and he tries to put on a show for Death. And of course, Death is not amused by the whole situation. No matter what Thanos does, Thanos is just can't get it right with Death. It's just the relationship doesn't work between them two. In the issue as well, we get to see the actual missing heroes in this book, and there's a nice page in here that shows that, which is pretty cool as well. And then what happens is you wind up getting to see the emergence of Adam Warlock. And this is the mysterious entity that's been going to Quasar and Stephen Strange to help with Thanos' reign or supreme rulership with these Infinity Gems. And we get to see the interaction between those characters as well. The page that reveals Adam Warlock is absolutely outstanding in my opinion. And Doctor Doom feels like he's the one that should be in control to try to stop Thanos. So as this issue continues, we wind up seeing Thanos here tried to put on these crazy, torturous events in front of Death, and she wants nothing to do with it. She doesn't give him a smile, she doesn't acknowledge him, and what happens is Thanos gets so pissed off that he creates this wave of destruction throughout the cosmic universe and starts destroying other planets and slowly makes its way towards Earth. And his cosmic destruction sits there and causes Iron Man to tumble from space. And then he witnesses the destruction of the West Coast, where California has basically fallen off the United States. We've gotten to see crazy earthquakes that happen on the East Coast. We see Japan gets all destroyed and goes underwater. We see Asgard gets all broken apart. All because Thanos does not get the love and affection from Death. And this is just 2% of his power that made his way towards Earth. We see Norma Rita winds up saving a couple in which looks like Coney Island or whatnot. And we see the destruction of a Trump hotel, which I thought was kind of funny and very relevant for today, in today's world. And by the time we wind up getting to the very end of this issue, we wind up seeing that Doctor Doom, Stephen Strange, Adam Warlock, they're all going to prepare for war and get ready to try to take on Thanos. And that's basically the end of this issue. So what did I think about the second part of the Infinity Gauntlet? I didn't think it was as strong as the first issue. I thought that there was obviously more setup. First, you saw the villain in the first issue, and we get to see his power. And now we get to see the hero in this issue, and we get to see kind of his cosmic power and how he's the one that's, formidable to go against Thanos, and him acquiring his team or starting to acquire his team. And in between that, you get to see more destruction and more peril on Earth. And so I feel that it was more set up. Now, what I can give you is that for back in the day, this book was $2.50, and it gives you about 32 pages of material, and it's a lot of dialogue and a lot of reading, which I feel it's worth it. These guys went all out to tell this story. You can see it. You can see it in the storytelling, and you can see it in the artwork. This is a very well thought of type of event, whereas nowadays they seem to just throw these things together at times and there's no real end sight. It's just kind of this sell the book. I really enjoyed this second issue, however, not as strong as the first one. Like I said, not as much character as emotion, not as much horror that goes on, but I still enjoyed it. And now that the setup is done, I want to see the battle start between our heroes and our villains here. So, guys, tell me in the comments below what you thought of the Infinity Gauntlet, issues 1 or 2, or what you thought of the series overall. Hopefully you've enjoyed this part of my 6-part series, and you enjoy future parts of this series. And as always, fans, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next comic book review. Take care, fans. See you soon. Bye.